Hi, this is Vicki with My Paper Connection. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and today is my fun fold day. And I'm going to show you how to make this really cute peekaboo card. It's a fun fold. If you untie it right here, you can open it up and you can see how you can write a note and everything inside of it. I did such a good job on my bow that I don't want to untie it though. That'll be whoever's problem. After I sign it and retie it, it'll be somebody else's problem. Anyway, I made it using the colored Seasons stamp set and the dies. This Adirondack chair, y'all, is just too cute. And the flowers and the limb, oh, it's just so cute. And I used papers from the Timeless Tropical or Tropical Oasis. I can't remember the name of it. This stamp set and the dies are from the annual catalog. And the Tropical Oasis paper is from the mini catalog from this spring. And so, without further ado, let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is to bring in my paper. I'm using Pear Pizzazz as my background. And it is cut at 5.5 by 7.5, and it's scored at 1 5/8 on each end. Don't worry about all of that though, because all of the dimensions, the measurements, the supplies, everything will be listed on my blog, which will go across the top of the screen up there. And so then I'm going to bring in my white paper, which is going to be the inside. And I'm going to place it right about where I think it should go. Hold it down, close the lid on it, and then I'm just going to trace a little line right across like that. The reason I'm doing that is because in order to get my stamping done, which I should do before I actually place it in there, I need to know where to put it. So now I have a little guideline, and once it's dry, I'll erase those off the paper. I'm using Pretty Peacock to stamp my sentiment, which is just breathe. And how many of you know that during this time of COVID-19 and the shelter in place and all that, sometimes we just need to breathe, right? Put that in place right there. Hopefully it's not crooked. Very nice. I love this script. It is so pretty. All right, I'm going to set that aside and let it dry. And I'm going to go ahead and start putting my other pieces together. So I have Designer Series paper and I have Pretty Peacock. I saw this Designer Series paper, which is part of the Tropical Oasis. This was my least favorite of the paper. And I was like, I got to use it. I can't not use it. But it just didn't. It just was a lot. If you can imagine a whole sheet of all of those leaves. But you know what? When you cut it down, it's not a lot. And I thought it was perfect for this. And so I made my card around the paper. And I decided to do this type of a card for this paper along. Now, you know what? There's probably people who have a much better imagination and mind's eye than I do that have probably done some fantastic cards using this paper. I'm having a hard time putting it down, holding it like that. So I'm just going to put it down like this. Okay, now I'm going to place it on top of my card. There we go. The last thing I have to do is to stamp some flowers that I'm going to put on my limb that I will cut out. I don't really like how that turned out, so let me try this again. Okay. And then the very last thing I will do with these flowers is I'm using Old Olive, and I'm going to stamp a little bit of a stamen or pistil, or I don't know. I probably should look that up because I say that every time. Now I'm going to go out and cut out the limb, my flowers, and my Adirondack chair. I'll be right back with you. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and start putting my project together. I'm going to take my pencil and just erase those lines that I lightly drew on there. And then I'm going to glue it onto the inside of my card. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is to glue up glue up. That's good English, isn't it? I'm going to place glue on the back of my limb right here. Okay, now I'm just going to place my limb right across the bottom down here. Just like that. Then I'm going to bring in my Adirondack chair, and there's still a few little pieces in there. I'm just going to flick it like that, and that will help a lot of those pieces to come out. What's left that doesn't come out, I'll just pop them out with my paper piercing tool. Then I'm just going to place glue on the back of this in the big spots. All right. You just saw me rub that off on the back there. It's not supposed to have glue on the upper half, and I wasn't even thinking about it. So I just wipe that off. And what I'll do in a little bit is to take my embossing buddy. I'll bring that in and go across the back of it to take the sticky off of it, okay? All right, so now I'm going to take my flowers and add just a small mini dimensional on the back of each one of these. The next thing I'm going to do is to bring in my old olive ribbon, and this is from the Ornate Gardens suite that just came out. Just came out available on April 1st. Today is April 18th. It's Saturday, April 18th, I believe. I'm losing track of days. During this quarantine thing, I've seen some of the funniest memes that I have ever seen in my life. I mean, they are just hilarious. Yeah, I'm going to leave that like it is. And one of them that it talked about was about how helpful that it would be if we still had the Sunday through Saturday underwear again, like we did when we were little girls. Okay, guys, that probably doesn't apply to you, but most of us little girls had underwear that had the days of the week on it. We learned the days of the week, and then our parents also knew when we didn't take a bath and change. So anyway, all right, now what I did while I was chatting away was I placed glue dots in 3 places. One here, and one on the back. I am funny about having glue dots in place, because if you have a glue dot in place, it'll make it a whole lot easier to tie that ribbon. It's like you don't have to have that third hand to be able to do it. All right, so, and I find that whenever I'm tying a bow, that it's better to come around from under and over like this, and then tuck in through that little spot from the bottom. When you do that, then both of the tails from your ribbon will, I just lost it. Both of the tails from your ribbon will be hanging down in the same position. So, normally I will place a glue dot right up under the knot area right here, but if I want them to be able to open it, I'm not going to be able to do that. So, that's why it's a little bit harder to do. Then once you get it pretty much the size that you want it to be, hold on to that knot with your thumb, and then you can tighten it up. Make it smaller if you want. Okay. I'm all done with my card. I love it. I am going to have to redo this, and here's a lesson that you can learn from Vicki. First of all, don't put glue where you're not supposed to have glue. Pay attention to that. Second of all, make sure that when you're stamping, you give enough space. I should have not done this in the center, but I should have done it just to the left. I'm going to redo this off camera, before I ever send it. Believe me, I will. But I wanted to show you the difference, and I wanted to just let you learn from my mistakes as well. So anyway, I hope you liked the project. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please feel free to hit subscribe. Please leave any thumbs up. I value every single thumbs up that you give me, every comment. It's like a like on Facebook. So I would love to have those, and I appreciate every one of them. Everybody that comments, I appreciate it. I don't know if I said this or not, but if you've not already subscribed, please do. I would love to have you follow me. And if you ring the bell, then you'll get notice whenever new projects come out. Also, we will be having a new catalog come out next month. So if you do not already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you would like to have one, if you'd like to have a catalog, please message me and I would love to get one out to you. Thank you and have a great day.